After using public transit to fetch our car and camper, I picked up my happy family and we were back to the world of camping. No more hotels. We went to Jamestown, which was a historic recreation, and we got to learn about navigating using a traverse board, which was important because they also have recreations of the ships that settled their colony, which apparently is a thing on the east coast for the states here, as well as recreations of what the native life was like when the Europeans got here. So we learned a lot on both sides and got to see Joey's favorite part, which of course was the loading and firing of a matchlock musket, which they can now identify in contrast to a flintlock musket. Because getting COVID kept them out of the Smithsonian, the kids got to check off COVID restrictions cancellation, and that gave them a bingo and thus ice cream. So I took them to Duck Donuts, where they'll put a scoop of ice cream on top of a fresh-made donut for you. It's amazing. Yorktown also had a living history museum, so we got to see a Revolutionary War camp, and this time Joey got to see a flintlock musket fired.
Take aim. Cover ears. Fire. Much better.
They also have a working farm set up from that era, so Jenny got to spin wool using a drop spindle as well as other methods. And Thomas and Jenny were both selected to be on the cannon crew for the practice firing of the cannon. Ironically, they got the same jobs from when they practiced at Old Fort Western. The boys were so inspired they pooled their chore money, bought some souvenirs, and took them to the playground. And this is the faucet fixture that I bought when I was at the camper store getting the front panel. It doesn't fit size-wise. The screws didn't actually go through the countertop. There's just giant washers underneath kind of clamping them on. But it did match the water fittings, which was the more important part. I can piece something in between it later on. And it gives us water. So for now, we're calling that a win. And on our last day in the historic triangle, we went to the actual locations, both the Yorktown battlefield as well as the historic Jamestown archaeological site. Got to see the dig, the old memorial church, which has been recreated, and the museum where they have a lot of the artifacts they've dug up so far, both of the European and the native peoples from the area.